I
Yeah.
was talking to Roger, and this is kind of a follow through in that vein. Is Roger? I get the impression and of course, he's building his book of business, so he's focusing on run rate.
Yeah.
He mentioned the fact that he talks to a lot of procurement, and I guess in my previous roles, I have been focused on going to the C-suite, particularly the CIO.
Mhm.
So, substantial amount of his interactions are with procurement, which you have described as a really crowded space before. But everything that I've been taught, that's been grained into my little brain, is that you start with the C-suite and then go from there. What's your take on that, John? That was a loaded question too.
They always are. um,
Thank you in advance.
yeah, no, you're good. So both strategies and tactics have value behind them. What I would recommend starting off in the VAR space is that you target IT directors and managers and you target procurement. You do not target C-suite as a number one target, and I'll explain why. So first, let's talk about why I would target procurement and IT. So procurement is crowded. However, it is procurement's job to talk and vet with vendors to make sure they're getting the best value, best supply chain uh, consistency possible. So they're more open, they're a more receptive audience, and they're easier to get there on the phone, and they're easier to get them to give you a quote. Crowded, more price driven initially, but easier to get at something stage one. It's an easier target. IT is better because they are normally in an SMB to mid-market space. They are normally the ones who are handling all of the OpEx. And the reason I say that is because when you are a VAR that no one knows the name of, I'm saying statistically speaking, no one is familiar with the name of the company that you're calling with. So you're not calling with, say, Konica, where everybody knows the name already. They have no brand recognition here. The companies are not going to try you out for something that is an advanced or complicated solution because they don't know you. You're just another guy, right? Until you prove otherwise, they're going to try you out with low risk commodity driven stuff. And that doesn't fall under the purview of C-suite, right? So, but it will fall under the scope of IT. So they're willing to say, hey, yeah, sure, I'll give you a chance for an SSD, a RAM, a hard drive, and end user machine, a printer, whatever it is, low risk stuff, right? Then you get yourself in, you prove your value, you show them your expertise, and then you use that as a gateway and a door to the C-suite. If you target C-suite right away, the problem is either one, you're pitching a very specific solution to them, which is what C-suites want, right? C-suite, you don't want to come at a C-suite person and be like, hey, here's my value, my overarching value statement for your organization, because they're going to be like, sure, talk to IT. Right, that's the person who deals with vendors. I don't deal with vendors. The deal with C-suite, as you know, you have to have a very specific value for them, right? With a CIO in your industry, this is what I've been seeing in a sister type organization. This is a story of the value we provided, how it helped their organization. It made me think of your organization. I wanted to see what you guys were doing along this line of technology and see if it'd be of your interest to have a discussion about this and how it would benefit you guys. That's a good C-suite generic presentation, right? You're not going to get that attention as a random VAR to the C-suite initially. So easiest door in is procurement. The most valuable door in originally is IT. And the second stage would then be utilizing that as leverage to get into the C-suite.